right, folks. Let's start by taking a look here at Writing Workshop 3. So at this point, we've created our introduction and our background information. And now this has all been leading us to opening up and really digging into the defense of our thesis statement. Those points we made, we're going to expand upon them. We're going to want to collect those outside sources, whether we had them in our annotated bibliography or not. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this up here. I'm going straight to the assignment link that can be found in our week 4 folder. And you will be able to find the video here as well. What we're primarily looking at here, and we're going to look at, there's going to be some more detail and some other assignment sheets that follow this. So be prepared to see more. But this is the creation of our argument paragraphs, the largest section of our paper. We're going to be looking to integrate and frame and cite source material, not just from the graphic novel. Again, we're not working with the template. We're just continuing with the one we had originally. I do have some specific handouts that go along with this one. You'll see one here that talks about arguments in a little bit more detail, talks about arguments being everywhere, it talks about making a claim, evidence, which does connect to the next handout actually. Counter argument, which we will actually talk about in Writing Workshop 4. So it's designed to give you a nice overview. There's audience, critical reading material. Now, what's doubling back here, if I click on evidence, which you will see there, this is talking about what counts as evidence, what matters to instructors, what are the primary and secondary sources. Now that's pretty easy for most of you because your primary source is your graphic novel, okay? And anything else that directly firsthand accounts of whatever it is you're arguing about. Anything else connected typically falls within a secondary source or a tertiary if you get that far out. Talks about finding evidence, finding both print and electronic, the observations, interviews, surveys, experiments, personal experience. These are all different types, depending on what genre we're working on or what discipline. For example, observation, if we were more in a science-based one. Then it talks about using evidence in an argument. Does the evidence speak for itself? It does not. That's a really good point that it's making here. It says here that after you introduce your evidence into your writing, you must say how this evidence connects to your argument. In fact, there's a process of introduction, integrating a quotation or summary, and then explaining it, okay? There is a process that goes along with this. And actually what's interesting about this process is if you do it right, it actually draws out the length of your paper as well as strengthens the argument you're making, okay? Talking here about different types of incorporation, things like quotations when we're bringing in direct words, paraphrasing when we're borrowing similar words and phrases, but we're still altering it, and then of course, summary, all right? So one thing to note about when you summarized your graphic novel in your background section, even if you didn't directly quote something, you should probably put a citation from the graphic novel at the end of the paragraph minimally, okay? And then it talks here about things to do once you've done and you feel like maybe you don't have enough. Do I need more evidence? Talks about the use of using reverse outlines, color coding your paper, playing devil's advocate, things like this. And then it has some common questions and additional resources. So this is just really good information to have. Now I'll be talking in another video specifically about some other stuff surrounding this, but this is just what I wanted to have for us to get started. Good luck.